Shabbat Shalom, all of Yisrael.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom. Thank you. Thank you. You getting? I'm finding something to give you. Let's try it again. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
All right, Yehuda is playing today. Yehuda is playing. Yisrael. All 12 tribes and the grafted in, the sojourners, the strangers among us. Greet you in our matchless name of Yehoshua HaMashiach, Yehoshua our Messiah. Have a quick word of prayer and then we will get into this. Dear Abiyah, we thank you again for another Shabbat. We thank you for the time and the season and the change and showing us the things that you said will come to pass or coming to pass. We thank you again for prophecy. We thank you again, Father, for your word, your Torah made flesh, which is your Son, Yehoshua HaMashiach. We pray, Father, as we hear this message, that it will touch us, it will prick our hearts, it will show us the things that we need to do, it will show us that you have everything laid out for us. It shows us the beginning, it also shows us how this is going to end. We bind up all attacks of the enemy, any spirit of witchcraft that tries to come against this message, and that tries to come against your people. We bind it right now in Yehoshua HaMashiach's set apart name. It is so, it is so, it is so. And I need to hear my daughter say something else to me after we say it is so. There we go. There we go. I missed hearing that. You held off on me. All right, we are coming out of the book of Hazon, chapter 12, or as you know in King Jimmy, the Revelations. The book of the Revelations, Hazon, 12th chapter, and I'm going to read all the verses. It's only 17 verses. Oh, So she didn't listen to the lies of where they say in organized religion, don't read Revelation.
Right.
It's too heavy for you. You ain't going to be able to understand it. All right, it reads, and a great sign was seen in the heaven, a woman clad with the sun, with the moon under her feet, and on her head a crown of 12 stars. And being pregnant, she cried out in labor and in pain to give birth. And another sign was seen in the heaven, and see a great fiery red dragon having 7 heads and 10 horns and 7 crowns on his head. And his tail draws a third of the stars of the heaven and throws them to the earth. And the dragon stood before the woman who was about to give birth to devour her child as soon as it was born. And she bore a male child who was to shepherd all nations with a rod of iron, when her child was caught away to Elohim and to his throne. And the woman fled into the wilderness, where she has a place prepared by Elohim to be nourished there 1,260 days. And there came to be the fighting in the heaven. Michael and his messengers fought against the dragon, and the dragon and his messengers fought. But they were not strong enough, nor was a place found for them in the heaven any longer. And the great dragon was thrown out, that serpent of old, called the devil, and Satan, who leads all the world astray. He was thrown to the earth, and his messengers were thrown out with him. And I heard a loud voice saying in the heaven, now have come the deliverance and the power and the reign of our Elohim, and the authority of his Messiah. For the accuser of our brothers, who accused them before our Elohim day and night, has been thrown down. And they overcame him because of the blood of the Lamb, and because of the word of their witness. And they did not love their lives to death. Because of this, rejoice, O heavens, and you who dwell in them. Woe to the earth and the sea, because the devil has come down to you, having great wrath, knowing that he has little time. And when the dragon saw that he had been thrown to the earth, he persecuted the woman who gave birth to the male child. And the woman was given 2 wings of a great eagle to fly into the wilderness to her place, where she is nourished for a time and times and a half. From the presence of the serpent, and out of his mouth the serpent spewed water like a river after the woman, to cause her to be swept away by the river. And the earth helped the woman, and the earth opened its mouth and swallowed up the river which the dragon had spewed out of his mouth. And the dragon was enraged with the woman, and he went to fight with the remnant of her seed, those guarding the commands of Elohim, and possessing the witness of Yehoshua HaMashiach. You may be seated. Now, did y'all see some prophecy already being laid out and it's coming to pass in that chapter? Title, whatever you want to call it, for the message, the sermon, supper time, call it Rise of the Terminators. Rise of the Terminators. Oh, yeah. Now, everybody knows about the movie Terminator, don't you? With Arnold, Mr. I'll Be Back. Well, the thing is, you remember a Terminator. What is a Terminator? It's a cyborg. It's an assassin that was sent to assassinate the mother of a child that would be born, who would be a savior for what? Humankind. And the thing was, it was sent back into time to do what? Kill her. And the Terminator, what? It was a cybernetic that it had some human skin. So basically it was made to look, it was made to resemble a human being. But its job was to do what? Infiltrate and kill human beings so that it could end the whole race, or better yet, end the resistance, because the child that was to be born by this woman was going to be the head of what? The resistance to Skynet, if you will, for those that actually watched the movie. And again, we look at the Terminators came from a program called Skynet that was made by humankind, right? It was a man-made entity, and they did that at the apex of man's knowledge. What are men doing right now? They're trying to build all this. We just saw that they just came out with an AI that basically acts like a human being. They made two, a male and a female one, but of course, just like in the development, in the natural, the male one wasn't as smart as the female one. The female one, she on another level. Cracking jokes, being sarcastic, and of course, there's a spirit that's entered into that thing. Because what? What are spirits? What are demons? They're embodied what? Spirits. Ain't got no house. That's why they're always trying to get inside of you and me. They make bodies for these things. What do you think AI stuff is now? It's the next step to give them what? A body so they can roam the earth freely and do what they want to do. What happened? Y'all know in the Terminator, for those that watch the movie Terminator, what happened? Skynet became aware of itself. It became self-aware, and when it became self-aware, it said, you know what I got to do? I got to end the humans. One, because what? They made me. They know my weaknesses. They know my capabilities. They don't know it to the full extent because they never thought that I would break free. They never thought that I would have a mind of my own. I want to rule. I want to be the constant. I want to be the thing in this place. So I got to get rid of what? Them. I got to get rid of that image. And we see that with Hasatan, right? Because whose image were we made in? The image of Yah. Yah, just like Yah made us, who did he also make? Satan. His real name is Hallel. Satan is just a title. Hallel means brightness. It means shining one, son of the star, or son of the morning. When you look in the book of Isaiah 14, I'm trying to remember what verse it is, but you write it down, just look at the whole chapter of Isaiah, or Yeshayahu 14, when it said, oh, how thou hast fallen. Hallel, King Jimmy will say Lucifer, son of what? The morning. Son of the dawn. Son of the star. Now let's look at that for a moment. Because we also know somebody else that's called the morning. That's called the bright and morning what? Star. And so if this person that needs no introduction, his name is Yehoshua, if he's known as the bright and morning star, and Hallel, or as you know in King Jimmy, Lucifer, is the son of the star, or son of the morning, who is his daddy? We already know that Abba Yah is his father, but also, who is the one that created the world? Yah spoke it, but the son is the one that made it, because it said in the beginning was the what?
The Word.
And the Word was with who?
Yeah.
And the Word was?
Yeah.
And nothing that was made in this world was made. There was nothing in here that could be made that was made except through who?
Yeah.
I'll let you more. So what did he do? We already know the story of what he did. That's why I was talking about him getting his butt kicked out of Shemaim. Because he got too big for his britches. He thought he was something that he really wasn't. I want to be the daddy.
Right.
Is what he said. Like, remember I told you my testimony when one of my brothers like, I felt that I should have been in your position.
Right.
You weren't ready for that position, bro. We always think that we're ready for something that we're not. And so the thing is, you look at Hallel, bright, son of the star, son of the morning, shining one. What does it say? He comes to you as an angel of what?
Of light.
Because that's what he was originally before he got darkened. He got his own wisdom corrupted by the beauty and splendor of what he was. I posted it on the book earlier today. The reason that he's upset with all of us true Yisrael is because we're complete. We have, on our ephod, our high priest had all 12 stones, and each stone represented each one of the tribes. Hillel only had 9 in them. 9 means, the number 9 means final. 9/11 happened. That was final before they started implementing things that are starting to come about today. 11 means destruction. 9 means final or total. So when 9/11 happened, which of course we all by now know that it wasn't who they said it was.
Right.
That was total destruction, final destruction. So he only had 9 stones saying that this is total for you, this is final. Why? Because y'all already knew that the boy was going to turn cold. He was missing a row of stones. And the 3 stones that he missed, I believe it was from the tribe of Asher and Gad and I'm trying to remember what and Issachar. And those 3 stones, because those 3 tribes, when Father Yisrael was given each one of his sons the prophecy of what was going to happen over their life, those dealt with something good. He's not able to get all of them something good, but he's not able to receive of those things. He can't master those things from the last 3 stones. So he mad. He big man, as y'all like to say. And so he wages war. Because he knows, again, I told y'all the number 12 means what? Complete. Here he sees, when you look at the woman, that is Yisrael, that is our nation as a whole. The 12 stars of the crowns, 12 tribes. Again, 12 means what? Complete. The divine authority of Yah, the power of Yah. Yisrael as a nation. So the enemy is upset. The dragon. Who is the dragon? Anytime we talked about the dragon is always depicted as who? Hasatan himself. And so the dragon said, I got to stop this. I got to stop this future thing from coming to be, because if this deliverer comes out, they are going to what? Get delivered. Back to the Terminator again. If this woman gives birth, and it's kind of funny that the son she was going to give birth to, his name was John.
Right. Right.
Or in our Hebrew language, Yachanan. Look it up. I ain't going to give everything to you. Look up what John means, the name John means. And the thing is, like, if I can kill the mother, I ain't got to worry about the baby. Kill her, the baby dies because the baby's with her. But it's like, I can't get her right now, so you know what? I'm just so fixated on the child, because the promise is in the child. I want that child. So what did the dragon do? Get all greedy, just waiting. The electric slide and all this stuff, waiting for her to do what? Give birth. As soon as she gave birth, what was he going to do? Every time you put your legs in them stirrups at the abortion clinic, that person that's going to do the thing is the dragon that's waiting between your knees to kill the promise, to kill the seed. This has been happening to Yisrael ever since we started what? In Mitzrayim. What did it say? Let us deal wisely with them. They're mightier than us. They're stronger than us. We're afraid of them. Let's deal wisely with them. I know. Let's kill their boys. Put them in to make them gator bait. Where do we see that in this country? In Florida, when they use our babies as gator bait. What was that? That was them trying to get our people to abort the children back then. Again, over 70% of the abortion clinics is in whose neighborhoods? Ours. The majority of the liquor stores is where? Ours. Crack houses is where? Ours. So just think that dragon is the abortion clinics, the crack houses, the gangs, the liquor stores, doing what? Waiting for our babies to be birthed out so what? They can take them. Because the power is in what? The seed. Take all the seeds out of a hot pepper. It ain't going to be hot no more. Because again, the power is what? In the seed. The dragon knew that. The enemy, our adversary, Hasatan, hello, he knows that. And the people that work for him i.e. the governments of the world, particularly too, the one that we're captive in right now, and the one that's basically ruling over them, that's made them their watchdog, the imposter. They know that. And what have they been doing? They've been searching for Yisrael everywhere we go. When the dragon finds out, you start becoming aware of who you are, the dragon comes. We got to get them. They waking up. All this stuff that's happening now in this country. My wife told me that they getting over 60,000 African immigrants, they call them, out of a land that the people that's living there don't even belong in. Why are they doing it now? Because people are waking up. The world is tricking off and it's telling. And so again, the dragon is like, well, I can't get the baby because the baby was who? The Mashiach. When he was born, what did it say? Unto us a child is born, unto us a son is given. And the governments are going to be on his shoulders. He is called Wonderful what? Counselor. They said Hosanna when he was coming in a triumphant entry. What does Hosanna mean? Savior. The enemy was trying to kill the Savior. He couldn't get the Savior, so he said, I'm going to get the mama. He thought that he had him when he did the whole crucifixion thing. That was his way of waiting to swallow him up, to eat the child, to kill the baby. But what happened? He got caught up. Y'all remember when he ascended after he talked to his disciples? And he ascended? And so that's showing again, alluding. This is all for my brothers and sisters. I'm talking about Israelites and no Israelites now that swear up and down. First off, that the renewed covenant side is satanic, and that it was from Gentiles. Shut your mouths, because the Gentiles got some henpecked Israelites to put it in their language so they can try to skew some things. Second of all, those that say that the Hamashiach is Satan or that he ain't real, shut your mouths again or burn in hell, because we see. First off, if you look at the book of the prophets, for y'all don't want to go on the renewed covenant side? Okay, go on the original covenant side. Every prophet spoke of who? Mashiach. Yehoshua. You can't be a prophet unless you speak about him. Yeah, you can talk about a lot of different things, but even the false prophets had to speak about him. So again, ma'am and sir, shut up. The dragon stood before the woman. The dragon stands before us today, wanting to devour us. If he can't devour us, he wants to drown us. Because y'all read it with me that it said what? When she got away, what'd he do? A river of water came out of his mouth. Now that river of water is false doctrines, idolatry, all these different sins, disobedience, and rebellion that's against Yah. What? Try to get us drowned and all of that. What's happening to a lot of our people? They drown in sin. They drown in obscurity of everything that's outside of Yah. Because the enemy's like, well, if I can't get you, you got away from me too far. Let me go ahead and get this water after you. Let me go ahead and find something to what? To drown you in. Drown people in knowledge. What do you think these Hotep, Imhotep, all these Ra-loving, Osiris, Egyptology, Kemet type people, what do you think they're doing? That's a water that drowns you. They're looking for all this knowledge. And the knowledge that they're looking for ain't the right knowledge, right? The knowledge that they're searching for is going to take them there. You can be all knowledgeable. We had the wisest man in all that was ever born in King Shlomo. But look at what he did. In all thy getting, get what? Understanding. What's the purpose of having knowledge without understanding? Knowledge is key. Or no, knowledge is power rather, but wisdom is the key to unlock it. I can read all this, but if I don't understand it to where I can apply it to life, that becomes that water that was spewed out of the dragon's mouth and I drowned in it. You ever talk to somebody that's so knowledgeable that they done lost their mind? Because we just keep on searching. No, you just eat a little bit, rest a little bit, meditate on it. What are you saying to me, Father? What do you mean by this? How do I apply this to my life? Right. What does it look like? Right. Okay, I'm walking in it. Okay, now I know it. Now let me get back in the book and let me do it all over again.
Yes.
Now, let me just keep on reading. Read. And then we're running around telling everybody what you read and you don't even understand it. You just read it.
And not living,
oh, this is knowledge.
living a bit of it.
Next thing you know, you on somebody's street corner with a bullhorn hollering.
Mm-hmm.
And nobody's understanding it because you're showing you don't understand it.
Mm-hmm.
You at somebody's pulpit spewing what you don't have to do when the scripture says you do got to do it. But, oh, I've got something that you guys don't have. You know, he said something to me that don't nobody else know yet.
Right. Right.
You drowning in that water that what? The dragon spewed out.
Right.
He can't get the child. Because what I say, the child was carried up to be with the Father. Yehoshua HaMashiach was carried up. What is he doing right now? He's preparing a place for all of us, but he's like, y'all still got to stay down here. The enemy is still after you. The world hates you because of what? It hated me is what he said. Servant ain't no better than the master, right?
Right.
Y'all with me?
Yeah.
Why? Because in verse 5 it said, and she bore a male child who was to shepherd all nations with a rod of iron. He was to shepherd. What is he called? The shepherd. Psalm 23. Yahweh is my what?
Shepherd.
And I shall not what?
Want.
What does he do? He made me to lie down.
In the green pasture.
Oh yeah, he restored my soul.
Yeah.
The dragon don't want you to have none of that. He don't want you to have peace. He don't want you to have rest. He sure don't want you to have the Mashiach as your shepherd. And in all the nations. Why is he after Yisrael again? Because we are shepherds. That's in our DNA. When Uncle Joseph was over and he was basically over Egypt, he was second in command, but he was really the Pharaoh. He was running everything. He said, my people just need some land. Give them the best of the land that you got, because that's what the Pharaoh like. Well, I'll give them the best of the land, Goshen. Because he said, what do your people know how to do? They're shepherds. They're farmers.
Mm-hmm.
That's what they do.
Yeah.
There's a reason why we're shepherds and farmers. Because shepherds do what? Take care of the sheep. They feed the flock. They protect them. And then what do farmers do? Plant, produce, feed. That's why even though everybody hates us, they still find themselves following us. I told y'all when I traveled all over this world, everywhere I went, I seen the image of Yisrael. Places where you ain't see not one lick of brown or dark skin anywhere, no melanated, nothing. I'm still seeing us, whether they, how they dressing, how they talking, how they walking, what they're doing. We shepherd people that hate us and they don't even realize it. We're feeding people that want our end. And they don't even realize that, but we don't even realize it's innately in us. The dragon has been out to get all of us. Some of us he got. When I read this, it also reminded me, he been out to kill me before I got out of my mom's womb. And then when I got out, he's been out to kill me. He's used different things to try to take me out. He's even tried to get in my mind to get me to take myself out. Why? Because he knows how this ends. He knows who's in us. He knows what we were called to do. We were called to be kings and priests. We rule and we lead in worship. We lead in how to love Yah and how to follow and how to apply this word to our life so that we can be pleasing. Because it said without faith, without imanah, without belief, it is impossible to do what? To please him. If I can't please, I can't serve. And I can't serve or please if I'm dead, right? That's what the dragon wants to do, right? Y'all read it with me? And then what happened? It said there was a war in heaven, right? War in Shemaim. Michael, which is our quote-unquote protector, he protects, Yah sent him to protect us as a nation. And you look in Daniel, I believe it's the 12th chapter, the last chapter of the book of Daniel, it said, and then when all stuff really started happening, Michael gonna stand up. So what we know is he's sitting down right now. He like, it ain't time yet. Well, oh, you gonna feel me when I stand up?
Yeah.
I'm gonna give it to you. But I'm waiting. You ever had where somebody, I don't know about you, when somebody just kept on messing with you. You like, I'm trying. I'm cool. I'm sitting on it right now. But if I get up, yeah, y'all ever said that if I'm cool, but if I get up, maybe what happened if you were a little child and you just kept on doing the fool, acting a plumb fool, and your parent was sitting down like, now, Leroy, if I stand up,
right.
What's
Don't
on?
make me get up.
It's on. The dragon know about that because the dragon dealt with him before. Who was it that kicked Hasatan or Hillel out of Shemaim? Michael. The Father commissioned him and empowered him more. He couldn't do it until the Father said, but who was the one that kicked him out? And then this one said, I saw him fall like lightning. Wonder what type of uppercut he hit him with.
Right.
That was the Super Saiyan Tiger uppercut. Whatever he hit him with something cold because he fell down like lightning and hit the ground. That's another reason why he mad. He got beat up and got kicked out. And he's like, and you gonna let them come in? You gonna give them 3 extra stones that I didn't get? Because what was Hillel in Shemaim? What? He was a high priest. Everybody just talk about him being a quote-unquote minister of music or bringing in worship and praise, stuff like that, because he had the tambourines and the lyres and all the horns and stuff in his body. But what else did he have in his body? The 9 stones embedded in gold. He was a high priest, but he wasn't a complete high priest. He's angry with us and wants to kill us because what? We are complete. We are 12. Again, 12 means complete. Yah's authority, Yah's power. Even in our disobedience, even in our rebellion, we are still more complete than Satan. Wouldn't you be mad? Wouldn't you want to wreck some stuff? Wouldn't you want to terminate some things? We see Terminators all around us. There's a whole bunch of them in organized religion, but there's also a whole bunch of them in Israel. What is a Terminator? When it says they were in with us, but they were what? Not of us. Matter of fact, let's go to that. 1 John, or 1 Yochanan, chapter 2, so y'all can know that I ain't make it up. Chapter 2, verses 18 through 19. Let's read it. Little children, it is the last hour, and as you have heard that the anti-Messiah is coming. Even now, many anti-Messiahs have come. This is how we know that it is the last hour. They went out from us, there we go, but they were not of us. For if they had been of us, they would have stayed with us, but in order that it might be made manifest that none of them were of us. A Terminator looks like us, but is not of us. Because again, what is his job? Assassination. Infiltrate and assassinate. So if you come to kill me, are you really part of me? Are you for me? Sometimes you got to make sure that that Terminator ain't your family or your friends, because they look just like you. They talk like you. They resemble you in some ways, but they ain't you. The first Terminator that we seen outside of Satan through the Nahash, or the serpent in the garden, was the next one was who? Cain. What did he do? He got angry with his brother for his brother being righteous. Satan is angry with us because we are righteous. He gave up what Yah gave to us. We gave it up, but the thing is, the difference between us and all them fallen ones that fell with him is they can't get salvation because they knew from the jump. We have it if we choose it. So again, another reason why he mad, because you get to repent and get salvation. He don't. The fallen don't. Terminators again, cyborgs. They're machines on the inside, but look like humans on the outside. What's some of the functions, or what's some of the characteristics of Terminators? They got no heart. They have no will. They have no love. They're cold. Y'all ever been with somebody and he's like, man, you're so cold. You're cold. A pimp, in order to be a pimp, they got to do what? Have no heart, right?
Yep.
They got to be cold. They can't have nothing. Because how can you do somebody the way that they do them? Mm-hmm. Do another human being, just get so in their head and just treat them like they're nothing. And sleep at night. Unless what? You're a machine. You have no heart. You're heartless. Or in the words of Omar, you got an ice box where your heart used to be. So cold. How can you? And again, that's a Terminator. What do you think a pimp is? A Terminator, what do they do? Terminate a woman's dream, a woman's destiny. Terminate her from knowing who she is. Mm-hmm. Satan is a pimp. Because what does he do? I'll give you everything you want. Ain't that what them pimps do? Hey, baby. Let me talk to you, baby. I can take you to the top, baby. All these other different things. Oh, that sounds real good. Oh, you gonna take care of me? And the next thing you know, he got a whole bunch of chicks in the stable. And you realize that when he's talking about taking care of you, he meant to your end. Mm-hmm. Not to take care of you for love and joy. That's what Terminators do. It's my job to come and end you. Again, it's a machine that resembles a human to fool humans. He comes as an angel of light. To what? Fool you. If I come in through the door gate, through the gate with guns blazing, you already know this dude ain't for me.
Right.
And if I don't hit you, you're going to reach up and get what you got and start shooting back. Be like, we can do it if you want to. But if I come in with the olive branch, I come in acting like, oh, I love you, I'm for you.
Right.
I'm only here to help you.
Right.
Ain't that what the system did to our people? My wife told me, said, the elders, when they first came out with food stamps and welfare, originally our people was like, no, we don't want this. What is this? They knew right then and there, no, you're trying to do something because the system has never given us anything freely except hard labor and work and hate. They never gave us nothing good that was free. So they knew, it's poison, we don't want none of that. But what happened? Now we can't live without it. And Big Brother's gonna cut it off. In the near future, he's going to cut it off. Right now, they're just doing different things. And what? They're getting everybody up in arms. Oh, you got to get a drug test. You got to have all these other different things. And people are mad, but what they're going to do? They're going to fall in line to keep on getting. But we won't fall in line to get the blessings. Because again, the dragon, that river of water that came out of his mouth has drowned the people of Israel that refuse to follow Yah. They refuse to take the wings that he gave us to fly away. How do we fly away? Getting his word. Get in relationship with him. Then he'll speak to you. He'll tell you where to go. But you listening to good old Hillel, Satan himself. You would rather listen to him than listen to the one that made him. The one that put him on punishment. You would rather listen to the one on punishment instead of the one that put him on it. Terminator. Human-like appearance, but mechanical interior. Used to infiltrate and assassinate high-value targets. What have they done? All the people they could see, i.e. the prophets. What are they saying? You've killed all the what? The prophets. Or the Nabi for the prophet, male prophets, and Nabiyah for the prophetesses. You've killed them. Why? Because they could see. They knew who you were.
Yeah.
You know, those are the resistance fighters. They had dealt with Terminators so long, they knew when they saw a Terminator. They could tell. They knew their movements. They knew how. They just knew their mannerisms. They're like, uh-oh, Terminator. And they would start firing what? They had dogs. They could tell. And the dog would start barking, be like, there he is. There he is right there. There's the assassinator right there. There's the accuser right there. There's the destroyer right there. But now dogs ain't barking no more. Now, instead of knowing who our enemy is so that we can fight against him, we sit with the Terminator now. We sit under the Terminator and let the Terminator teach us. We feed the Terminator. We take care of the Terminator. We love the Terminator. We follow the Terminator. We give our all to the Terminator. We help the Terminator terminate the people that he came for. The prophets, the apostles, or malak, or messengers, the evangelists, the teachers, the shepherds. We help them, kill them. When they speak on what the word really says, they're false. Kill them. All while the Terminator is the one that's taking all your money, getting all your increase. I got a word for you, but you just send $29.99.
Right.
Y'all wants you to be blessed, but I need, who's going to give $100? You get, who's my $500 crowd? Where's my $1,000? If you just sow a seed. And what did Mashiach tell his disciples, his taught ones before he sent them out? Don't take nothing extra. Don't take no money. Freely I gave to you. You didn't pay me. Freely you do what? You give. Now, does it take away from the sheep doing what they're supposed to do for the shepherds? No. Because we got a whole bunch of scripture that talks about that. But the thing is, you don't charge for doing the will of Yah. We get upset with the hospital, right? Because we need to go to get something taken care of so that we can live. But then what do? They hit us with that big old bill. Like, come on, man. I know that one shot didn't cost no $5,000.
Right.
Really? $10,000 for an IV? Really?
Right. Right.
What, so I just be all wrinkly and shriveled up? Really?
Right.
For that cup of ice water is $50?
Right.
Really?
Right.
Are you serious? Just because I came to see you and you put the stethoscope on my chest, that's 100 and something plus? We get mad. It's like, how? Why is it that I gotta basically kill myself to pay you to stay alive? The dragon wants you to feel. That's another thing. Let me spew this river of water so they can drown in that, because what? They focusing more on that instead of the word. Y'all with me?
Yeah.
Another thing. Terminators were used to eradicate any threat of movement against the system's cause. Yisrael as a people, we are the Achilles heel to any system, because those systems are not in line with Yah. So what do? They want to kill us. They like us staying in a slumber, in a drunken stupor. That's why they give us alcohol. That's why they give us BET, so you can see booty shaking all the time. When 9/11 happened, everybody else was showing what was going on. What was BET showing? That's what they were showing, twerking. Showing popping bottles, rapping, calling everybody bees and hoes. And everybody else was showing news. MTV was showing what? News.
Yep.
Telemundo was showing what?
Yes, absolutely.
News.
You're so right. Yep.
And BET, Irkin Jerkin is what they were showing. Get Low is what they were showing. Who watches BET?
Our people.
And everybody else watch all the other stuff that was named. You don't hardly see none of us watching CNN and all that other stuff. We watch BET and ESPN. Now, even with CNN and all that other stuff, that's fake news because of who controls it, the imposter. That's part of the dragon. Again, that is not another thing of the water that he spewed out to drown him was misinformation. Terminator. As time went on, when you look at the Terminator movies, they started getting better at making the Terminators to make them more adaptable, make them more lifelike. And then they're able to start being able to do a lot of other different things. They could change their shapes, change their forms. And you couldn't tell. Because what they say, as time went on, the more you start to be able to recognize your enemy has to come up with new ways to keep you from being able to see who it is.
Absolutely.
What has happened today? And that's why he gave this to me, because he gave this to me in a dream. This is why he said we need to watch out for the Terminators, because this is the rise. We thought the Terminators, look at the camps, and like some of the organized religion people of old, those were the first model, the T800 model.
Right.
Where they were kind of clunky. You know, they had the outward appearance look like us, but if you look at them good enough, you can tell, no,
absolutely,
no, you're not real. No. So what they start doing, they start coming up with the T1000s, the T850s, all these other different ones. What? Because they have to hide it. Because we get into the ninth quarter. The ninth inning, the fourth quarter, to the end of this thing and how it's going to be. And so they got to really start being more adaptable. They'll say some good things. They'll give you a little bit of scripture, and then you get locked into it. Next thing you know, you're getting terminated. The word that you had hidden in your heart ain't in there no more because they got it out. They killed it. They killed the seed of salvation in you. Because what it says, Satan comes to do what?
Steal, kill, and
Steal. Which means, that's why I say hide the word. Which means guard it, because somebody trying to take it.
Yeah.
Steal, kill. I gotta off you. I gotta take you out. I got you in my crosshairs. And then destroy, because it ain't enough to kill something. What do you have to do? Destroy it to make sure it's dead.
Absolutely.
Make sure it ain't never gonna come back.
Just symbol.
They learned that through the Mashiach. They thought they killed him. They thought they had him. But he wasn't destroyed. He wasn't even dead. He was asleep.
Right. Right.
Now how that make you feel? You trying to hurt somebody and they just sleep on you. Just like,
3-day nap.
We get upset when we feel like he's like, "Oh, they sleeping on me." I'm not. You get mad because you saying when you say somebody's sleeping on you, it means that what you tried to do to them, it ain't mean nothing. You make a Terminator mad when you like, man, let me just program you down. Let me reset you real quick. You ain't killing me. You ain't killing me. The deliverer that he's made me to become, you ain't killing me. Come on.
Yes, hallelujah.
Like it's still the same thing. I see you.
Hallelujah.
Because I'm looking with spiritual eyes.
Yes.
I'm not looking with carnal, because what it said, our weapons are not what? Carnal. Because we got some strongholds to pull down. You can't pull no strongholds down in the spiritual war that we fighting in the flesh.
Yes.
Flesh is what's getting everybody, because it said the spirit is willing.
Yes, but
the flesh is weak.
Yes.
Y'all with me? Rise of the Terminators.
Hallelujah, yes.
So like I said before, the camps, the Joker's wearing the Mortal Kombat outfits and the P-Funk All-Star Parliament outfits and all that other stuff, minus the dude wearing a diaper. Right. Them Jokers was the first model. But now there's this new model that says all the right things. Has the right, might be zitted up, tasseled up, fringed up. You know, got his word on their heart and their lips supposedly. Get you to believe. But then they start getting away from this, so they start misquoting this. But you're all in because you're like, oh, by the time you come to yourself, you know already got stabbed in the heart. You know already got shot up in the spirit. You know already what? Got caught up. Because you were too busy looking at the object instead of looking at who controls. I've always told y'all, don't look at the puppet. Look at the puppet master. Look at who's controlling. Who's pulling the strings? Where are they getting their information from? Because we all get downloads. That's what the government's trying to do now. They're trying to make everybody more into androids and cyborgs so they can start programming stuff. And kind of like what I told y'all with the Matrix. Remember how they put a thing in the back and they just all of a sudden it came to them?
Yeah.
But the thing is, if you're able to program people like that, you can program them how you want them to think.
Yes.
What do you think TV is? That was just the early Terminator model. What did you think radio was? Just the early Terminator model, the T-800. But these video games and all this other stuff that they got out now is the newer models. And because it's so fluid. Y'all remember that one Terminator that turned liquidy?
Yeah.
And can change anything?
Yeah.
That's the type of Terminators we're dealing with right now.
Yeah. Tell I watched it.
Having a form of yalliness.
Yeah.
Yes, I made that word up. Because we ain't going to say what King Jimmy said. Having a form of yalliness or having a form of Yah, but doing what? Denying the power thereof. And then what did he say? Such as those don't go with them. Don't deal with them because what? They are Terminators. They are sent to assassinate. The word. They working with the dragon. Because again, who was the dragon after in chapter 12? The woman said, I can't get the child. I can't get the Savior, so let me get the people that house the Savior. That's why nobody knows him like we know him, because he came from us. And out of the 12 tribes, nobody really know him like our tribe, Yehuda, knows him, because what? He is our tribesman. What did it say? The scepter will never leave the house of King David. And what house was King David of? What tribe was he of? Why do you think they messing with us the way they messing with us here? Yes, there's Benjamin and Louis in here with us. But the majority of the people that's in the Caribbean or Caribbean, however you want to say it, and in the Americas is Yehuda. We was the largest tribe out of all 12 tribes. Look it up. We're the royal tribe. We're the one that when we roar, all the other tribesmen are going to rise up. That's why they made sure to keep us quiet. Because the scripture said they just waiting on us to roar. And we waiting on him to let us know when it's time to roar. But that's for those that don't get swept away by the waters of the dragon, by the Terminator. Again, they had an image, they had a form, but they denied. They changed shapes. We're not supposed to change shapes. They're made to destroy humanity through deception, closeness, and assassinations. What do? They deceive everybody. They deceive us to make us think that we're not valuable. We ain't worth nothing. Nobody love us. They make us think that we are just a bunch of vagabonds. Man, I got to get mine.